Hey everyone, welcome back to JaRDev and welcome back to Hearthstone. Today I'm going to be showing off a really fun, memey kind of priest deck, pretty much just before Knights of the Frozen Throne comes out. So this is like a bit of a memey way of saying farewell to Ungoro. It's a deck called Mr. Steal Your Gurl, and it was posted on hearthpwn.com by Kiwi in Bacon. And basically the whole point of the deck is just kind of piss your opponent off by stealing most of their cards. This whole deck's going to be obsolete as soon as that Archbishop of Banterbury or whatever the new Priest Legendary comes out. But let's go through it quickly. You can see it's got a solid 50% win rate. Fantastic. Crystalline Oracle takes your opponent's cards. Mind Vision takes your opponent's cards. Glimmerroot takes your opponent's cards. Thought Steal takes your opponent's cards. Shifting Shade takes your opponent's cards. And that's it for taking the cards. You can use Mirage Caller to get like more Priest of Feast for healing, more Shifting Shades for taking your opponent's cards. You've got Nurture Collect for draw, but you always steal so many cards you don't really need much draw, that's why there's only one of them. I've made a couple of changes to one that's listed on the website. I think he had like a Faceless Manipulator, and I took that out to add Yogg-Saron in there, just for the extra lols. But mostly it's all about, we got some cheap spells. Shadow Word for removal, more Shadow Word, healing, stealing, board clear. This combos, like everything above now, just combos with Medivh, because Medivh's great. Got 2 free from Amber to combo with Medivh, and Mind Control with Medivh's great. Sometimes you get, like I've had Yogg-Saron like twice from this, or you can get it from Mind Control as well. Anyway, I had to pre-record the game for this video, because it's pretty difficult to get a good game. But the one I got is pretty decent. Right, so we're playing against a Druid for this one. I'm playing it in casual mode, so we shouldn't be coming across too many Jade Druids. You'd be surprised though. I think like the second game I played with this deck, the first turn he dropped Jade Idol, so I just auto-conceded, because I'm just trying to play this deck for fun memes, you know. In fact, this is just a total standoff for about 3 or so turns. I pretty much do this, and then he just like hero powers for 2 or 3 turns, so we'll just skip ahead to when things actually happen. It worked out pretty well because like early game for this deck really sucks, especially if you start with like a Curious Glimmerroot, and like all he's played so far is Wild Growth, so it's really hard to predict what kind of deck he's playing. I think he just throws down Swipe, so it's still really hard to figure out what deck he's playing. There you get a nice copy of Primordial Drake. He kills that. I think it's time to throw down the Glimmerroot. We're just going to YOLO it. He's played 3 cards. Let's see if we can guess it. Jade Blossom. So that basically tells me, hey, even though he had a really shitty start, I guess, he is actually playing Jade Druid, which sucks. And there we go. Here come the Jade Druids. I don't know why I didn't concede at this point, because usually I do. Like if I'm just trying to mess around with the deck and somebody's playing some shitty ass tryhard deck on casual, then I'll just concede and just go on to the next one. I've played against some really fun decks because everyone's just memeing right now. So his board's quickly getting out of control. We do have Dragonfire Potion that we can drop if we need to, but kind of want to save that for when his Jades are getting up to 4/4s and 5/5s. So what we can do is we can push a Madness, the 2/2, and just kill it against that thing. And then we can heal. Like we could have taken it with Shadow Priest, but I mean we could even take the, although we actually can't take the taunt with Shadow Priest because it goes up to 3 attack on my turn. I go really rampant. Even though he had a shitty start, he's got a ridiculous amount of Jades already. Mind Control's a bad draw here, but we do have that Primordial Drake, which will clear away 1 whole card. And he will have to trade everything into that Drake if he wants to kill it, as well as hit it with like his hero power, which I think he might end up doing. You can see over on the right, I've got the Frostmourne card back, so you will definitely be seeing a at least 50 pack opening of Knights of the Frozen Throne cards when it comes out. I've heard the rumored date is August 10th, and if that's the case, I will be working then, so it won't come out right away, but it'll come out. See if we can Glimmerroot. We've seen him play Earth and Scales, gotta be that one. And now we'll actually take his little taunt. And now we've got a decent board, because he just threw everything into our Drake. And there's his Drake. Which is another one created. You can see that one's got a little present next to it. That's the one that came from his Stonehill Defender. So no real Drakes have been played yet, just created ones. It's tempting to mind control it, but I think what I'm going to do is just trade everything into it instead, and actually protect the Cabal Shadow Priest. What you really want to do with the mind control is save it for when you've got Medivh's staff on. What's it? Akatosh or whatever it is. Whatever that card is. I think I'm just going to double Earth and Scales it, just to keep it alive. Atiesh, that's it. Yeah, you pretty much want to save that to combo with Holy Fire, Free from Ember, and Mind Control. Everything else is just not worth it. I'm pretty sure he's going to play a Jade Idol at the end of this turn. Oh, Stonehill Defender. I've got Dragonfire, which will clear this, which definitely gets rid of Fandral. He is a pretty big threat, especially in Jade Druid. Because like the one slight benefit of Jade Druid is you have to choose whether to add cards to your deck or just summon like 10, 10, 11, 11s. But not with Fandral, you get both. So we'll see on now. 3-3. That was 4-4. The Earth and Scales Fandral. Which just means that I'll have to trade in Cabal Shadow Priest to clear his board now, instead of just killing it normally. I can live with that. So we'll heal it to get it out of Dragonfire, and then just trade it. And that's the turn. See, already, as a priest, I've got 11 armor. My hand is still all priest cards for now. Most of this deck's craziness comes in a lot later in this game. I played one great game against a rogue who was also doing like a steal your cards gimmick, and that was just a ridiculous, ridiculous game. I wish I'd been able to record that one. We can get an extra card. Probably should have saved that for Gadget Zan, I think. But already at this point, I'm sitting at 7 cards in hand. Don't really need a ton of them, so I didn't really need the extra draw. So we can, next turn we can like Shifting Shade and Mirage Caller that. Or you can Mirage Caller the Crystalline Oracle, which he refuses to kill there. It's that or Free from Amber. Or go for draw, apparently. Here we go, we got our own Jade Idol. We can shuffle those in and combo it with a bit of draw. There they go. And we've got a Wrath as well. We're doing Jade Priest Druid things. Oh, he's going for the same thing. But he's got a much better setup. I'm sitting there with a 2 8 manas and a 10 mana spell in hand, which don't combo very well, surprisingly. Couldn't really have pulled anything too bad out. Mirage Caller would have been great. Now I can like Wrath the Tar Creeper. Get the card. That gives me my Jade Idol. And all of these, like we're already at 15 spells for Yogg. It's going to be pretty nutty Yogg when we get it. There's 2 Jade Idols, we've got 2 more in the deck, so we're at 4 right now. And that was the 3rd Primordial Drake of the game, I think. None of them real so far, all of them created in-game. It's his deck's starting to get a little bit out of hand, as Jade Druid does. I think I was lucky that it was so slow. We've got 3 Jade Idols in hand, 3 in deck. So what we can do is we can cycle all these for free with old Radiant Elemental. So I think we actually end up summoning 1 and then shuffling 2. So that puts us up to 5. And that does bug out the counter on the top right for some reason. And that bugs it out again. So at this point I was like, do I have 2? Do I have 5? We've got 7. I think it was more than that, wasn't it? I don't know. Eventually we just go to just dump our hand and flood the board pretty much. So now I'm really holding on for Medivh, just to be able to start playing free from Embers. What I didn't realize is that I have 15 cards in deck, 7 of them are all Jade Idols. So only 8 of the cards in my deck are my own cards now. That was the 4th Primordial Drake of the game. That was the first real one. There's Yogg. So at the very least, we can have a good YOLO finish. See what card he gives. Another Jade Idol. Losing track at this point. I think we've still got 7 in the deck. So we'll heal, get another draw. We can get another draw. Shadow Pain. Maybe we'll shuffle in Jade Idols. No, I've got enough. Fix the counter, apparently. And we'll just chip away at his armor. A 7-4, it's not too worrying. He should know that Radiant Elemental's a bit of a threat, and he did. That might be his whole turn, which is... Oh, it's not Primordial Drake. 5th Primordial Drake of the game. At this point, yeah, just gonna mind control it. Maybe could have saved it for like his next, like his... Well, he's only at 8/8 Jade Idols right now. Or Jade, whatever they are. But kind of put him on the defensive a little bit. And I figured, like, Medivh's 1 in 11 right now. Not much chance of getting him. Psych, got him. Instantly play him. Attack and do a heal. That means over the next 2 turns we're going to be throwing out free from Ambers. And those are the only 2 high cost spells we've got, so we don't have to worry about the last use of Atiesh. There he goes. Let's shuffling more in. What's he at right now? I think says he's only got 3 in there, but I think it's probably bugged out. He's probably got 6. Actually, he might only have 3, because he's got 4 cards in his deck. No, he's got 3 cards in his deck. No, he's got 2 cards in his deck. No, he's got 1 card in his deck. Free from Amber. Take a little peek at the board. That none of them are great choices, but gotta go for Nosdormo. That was me like planning what I was going to be attacking. And then heal that and end.
Time waits for no one.
Something that means I'm out of cards just means absolutely nothing against Jade Druid. Such a horrible deck. I prefer Pirate Warrior to Jade Druid. It's such a shitty deck. Oh, and there, Nosdormo's dead. But we do have another Free from Amber coming up. And there's a 9/9 and a 10/10. So I think at this point he was just getting bored and he wants to finish it off. Luckily I've still got many memes. I'll do Ozrok just because he's got taunt. Yeah, delays. There we got old, what's his face? And because there's nothing to save the last use for, we actually get a really good card from this. It's a Mana Worm. Hell yeah. So he's on 10/10s. I'm just bringing out my 3/3 Jade Golem. Okay, so that's delayed him again. Still no direct damage coming to face this turn. And again, at this point, I'm at 26 spells. Like, Yogg is not going to survive for 26 spells, but might as well build it up. Because at this point, I'm like, there's no way I can win. Unless I just smash out a bunch of Jade Idols. we're gonna summon another mana worm and just start smashing out spells. I don't have a single minion in my deck anymore. So I think we're gonna draw. Not Lunar Visions? I think I was saving it for something. Not anymore. That gives neither of the Jade Idols, unfortunately. Oh well. So both of us are still pretty much at full health. He's thrown down massive Jade Golems and just replenishing his deck constantly. So I feel like it's only a matter of time, but I do have Yogg. I wish he had the option to play pre-nerfed Yogg, because seeing him cast all 28 spells here would be hilarious. And there's 12-12 and 13-13, so he just wants to finish this, which I think means it's time for Yogg. So my Mirage Caller dies. This is me checking to see all of his somehow die. It all happens very fast, but I was at 0 mana and then I was allowed to play something, so I just went ahead with it. You gotta click on them just to make them all go faster. Got a second Yogg. Now this is interesting, so the Yogg on the left is the original, Yogg on the right was the summoned copy. So that's important later. So I'm doing all the... Somehow we killed all of his board, I love it. I'm doing all my draw before I played Jade Idol to shuffle into my deck. So that was just me making sure that I've actually closed it. And I was so excited because it looked like I was going to send Yogg back to my hand, but then I ended up being full. And then he just conceded because I don't know why. I mean, I'm not sure, maybe he just conceded during like the Yogg thing and it just took forever. I guess he kind of got pissed seeing all 3 of his massive minions just get destroyed by Yogg. So yeah, it's not competitive at all. I'm surprised I'm at 6-6 with it so far, but it's really fun, and it's just a good way to see out Angoro before Knights of the Frozen Throne comes in. So that was a weird memeing, stealing priest deck. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!